Hi there, so today I decided to do a vlog on something that was incredibly popular and it has now become a norm, and many businesses are based on this model and everybody has at least used this once in their lifetime. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is online shopping. There are many businesses out there that are solely or predominantly an online business model, such as Amazon, Alibaba, and ASOS.com. And these companies, they have significantly changed the way we have shopped, and to the point that they've really influenced even the brick and mortar industry. It is expected of these brick and mortar industries by consumers who are living in a digital and technological world to have the option of online shopping. And even though these brick and mortar shops, they're incredibly successful just doing solely brick and mortar, they're definitely venturing more and more into e-commerce, people like Sephora, like Zara, and Walmart. In fact, Walmart is partnering with the third largest digital media agency in the world to expand their e-commerce. So that just shows where the future of shopping is going to be. And if you don't believe me, the worldwide e-commerce sales back in 2012 was $231 billion. It is expected to increase to $370 billion in 2017. I'm sure that a lot of people think that online shopping may be greener from the environment because the UPS or FedEx may be using the most efficient route to deliver these packages to your door, so it saves you a trip running to the mall. It would definitely require more energy and resources just to run a typical brick and mortar store. But as we're going to see, there are more negatives to online shopping than there are positives. So obviously, the amount of carbon emissions we're producing is based on our shopping behavior. So say if I ordered 3 pairs of shoes online and I tried out all of them and I end up only picking one, I would have to send back those 2 pairs of shoes back to the online retailer. And by doing so, I've increased 3-fold the carbon emissions for the pair that I've bought. In Germany alone, every third online order is returned. So every year there's more than 250 million packages that's been returned. These whole load of extra deliveries require an equally high amount of energy consumption as it does to get them to their destination. In order for an online shopping's carbon emission to be lower than that of the typical shopping trip, it has to save the consumer 3.5 actual car trips, or if it delivers 25 products simultaneously in one package, or if it saves the consumer a 50-kilometer journey. So that's one huge reason as to why online shopping actually produces more carbon emissions than the actual shopping trips. And to the argument that online shopping actually saves you a couple of car trips, a study has shown that that is not true because people end up using those same car trips that would have been used for shopping. They'll be used for other activities such as going out for dinner with friends, watching a movie, or just visiting the friend's place. The second thing is, and you probably would have guessed it, is the product's packaging. So in order to protect these goods and to have them be delivered in good condition, these e-retailers have to use foam rubber, bubble wrap, and expanded polystyrene. There's definitely a huge concern about this because these materials, they are hard to recycle, and some of them they're not even recyclable at all. And the sheer amount of these bubble wraps or these foam rubbers that go into these consumer packaging is huge, is substantial. And the thing is that these distributors, these e-retailers, they're not really doing much about it. They're not forced to take back these materials and process it. Also, the government isn't doing much to collect it either. And as consumers, most of the time, we just end up throwing it in the garbage bin and they end up being in the landfill. And yeah, some of them, they may be recyclable, but the thing is there's a tough fit for the recycling industry because they make profit on a per ton basis, and these stuff, they're very bulky, but they're very light. So there isn't really much of an incentive for these recycling industries to recycle these materials. So the government can actually counter this problem. In Germany, the government forces the businesses to actually take back all of these materials, and these companies, they actually have to process these. For manufacturers who do not want to process these materials, they can opt out and they could join Green Dot program, which is a non-for-profit program that finances packaging material recycling. in order for them to join the program, they do have to pay a membership fee, and the membership fee is based on the amount of material that's recycled. And once they're in the program, it's great because they get to put the Green Dot logo on their packaging, which makes them more desirable to distributors who might otherwise bear the recycling responsibility. This is definitely a great model for other countries to follow because the same product is still being delivered. It's just with less packaging. So online shopping is definitely great. You have a wider range as to the things that you can buy, and it definitely saves you more time. You can go about being more productive and you can do other things that you want to do, but in the process of that, then we're damaging the environment. Now, it's going to be difficult to convince consumers to stop online shopping. Only a few people are willing to do that, and online shopping is going to continue to grow and is going to be a dominant force to be reckoned with. That's because 83% of consumers are highly satisfied with online shopping. However, with that being said, can individuals, private sector, and the government, can we all do our parts to minimize environmental impact? Then the answer is yes. However, I think that the answer to this problem has to come from the transportation sector. So if these delivery services, if they could use electric vehicles or hydraulic hydrogen fuel like the way UPS do, or if they come up with more innovative ways to reduce carbon emissions, I think that's where the biggest impact would have, and then maybe it could sustain our current shopping habits. So that's it for this blog. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you the next round. Bye.